First of all, I want to show you what is directed light on the inside. This is one shadow. This is two shadows, okay? This is a molestation. This is what the entity is aiming onto the museum walls outside while the entity is stalking by helicopter, which is group stalking as the entity is acting directly. The entity is engaging in what is group stalking vicariously. This is what is group stalking inside of the venue, prefaced by what is the impossible light activity. There's a shadow over here as well, okay? Multiple shadows in both directions, impossible light, pacing all around, stalking with noise. This is harassment by an entity, stalking with noise. Demons do that. And demons are present in what is engineered light, monitoring with communication devices. This is the OVITT Family Community Library, engaging in multiple acts of what is grounds of federal prison, criminal summoning, while they are indeed engaged in P.O.C. This is a minion, group stalking, look in the opposite direction, communication device on the table, stalking in the path, psychopath. All right, that's engineered light on the wall on the inside. And again, engineered light, the form is, the sun is over the library, and that's sunlight that you see inside the library. You also remember what the entity was doing as it was engaging as though the sun is setting inside of the library, filling all of this with direct light, sweeping all the way back here. That's documentation that exists. This is another form of the same maintenance of impossible light. Earlier at 10:19 a.m., the directed light, the upright position of the staircase flat on the ground, the shadow of the staircase flat on the ground, engineered light, right? Group stalking, federal stalking by an entity in the bathroom. That's the sex offender. All right, and this is what is also the environment where the entity is maintaining a light source, the actual sun. It is 1:17 p.m. The sun's not going to be, first of all, over the roof of the Upland Public Library at the same time, and the Fontana Lewis Library at the same time. And then remaining over a single address for an extended duration. These are demons who are pacing. They know exactly where I'm at. They also know when my panties are down in the bathroom. This is the sex offender that are the people of the state. All right, and this is the evidence of that, the impossible maintenance of a light source. It is directly over my head where I am in Ontario at the Ontario OVITT Family Community Library. Hold on, let me show you this. All righty, and this is the light source again as I stand at 10 o'clock in the morning, right here. That's not the sun. The sun is an ongoing, constantly moving light source. That is a star, not remaining stationary. This is the pattern, okay? In addition to the entity that's engaged, I've documented the entity keeping the fake sun right over this apartment building all day long as I would sit under here. The entity, as I documented on March 13, 2022, was keeping its fake sun right over here as I was sitting on this bench. The entity is keeping its fake sun, by the way, at the Fontana Lewis Library at 1:17 p.m. And that's how you know this is the fake sun, because Southwest Airlines and the third parties that are monitoring with the state fly over, group stalking by planes under the fake sun, which is noise and engineered light. Inside, demons are stalking with noise and engineered light. This is the fake sun at 1:17 p.m. that is not over the roof of the Fontana Lewis Library as Stephanie Ortiz engaged in criminal summoning. All right, and the entity is engaging in what is with Officer Summers, who's going to federal prison. He engages in what is an assault and battery as an entity engaging in federal stalking, present pursuant to criminal summoning, like you hear in the background. Federal prison, 7 VMV 296, crossing path, monitoring with the sound of sirens, group stalking with the entity. This is the entity that is engaging in keeping a fake sun over me in the city of Ontario, where I've been before 10 o'clock, 9:35 a.m., fake sun on this side, 10 o'clock a.m., right here on this side, 1:17 p.m. I'm also documenting what is my presence while I'm on Omnitrans on Sierra Avenue in Fontana, California, which is also speaking to what was not the sun that's over the Fontana Lewis Library at the same time. In addition to where today I remain in Ontario, this is not possibly the sun. This is not the natural environment. This is capturing the demonic. This is capturing the criminal conduct occurring within that environment. That's a demon stalking with light activity. Understand the patterns as I'm documenting it. The entity is keeping a fake sun over the roof of the Fontana Lewis Library where Stephanie Ortiz is engaging in criminal summoning, which is documented on video, published on the internet. And what is that environment? That is a scientific impossibility. Stephanie Ortiz is indeed demon possessed. In addition to that, she's a criminal, a violent sex offender who's also monitoring me while my panties are down inside of Fontana Lewis Library, while the light source, not possibly the sun, is over that roof as I capture on video. But today, as I'm in Ontario, you have what is the light source that's remaining over the Ontario OVITT Family Community Library. Impossible to be the sun as it's both present over the same venue, you're talking about 9:35 in the morning, 1:17 p.m. That's not the sun. This is not movement. It's also nowhere near what is the roof of the Upland Public Library. It is nowhere near what is being over me in Chino, California at the same time. And the sun is not maintaining its zenith presence over everyone at the same time, let alone one person, as I'm showing you at the same time while I'm in these different cities and counties. That's called stalking with light. All right, and that is the pattern of conduct underway. This is 280 North Lemon Apartments engaging in what is criminal summoning. You're talking about what is a very vast prosecution of the people of the state, engaging in what is that pattern of conduct. GLS, a sex offender, molested me this morning while the fake son was right here on this same exact street. Understanding what is, again, not the sun. And that's also not sunlight while GLS drives by and molests my person. That's the pattern of conduct by the demon possessed, okay? It is currently 1:23 p.m. and the fake sun is remaining over in the city of Ontario. This is nowhere coexisting, nor is the actual sun at the same time over the same properties of the Fontana Lewis Library where I am, as I'm documenting criminal summoning, and I'm telling those off they're going to federal prison, and so are this entity right here. You're talking about what is grounds of federal prison, and the minions that are inside federal prison while they are engaging in what is monitoring with the entity that is surrounding and stalking by helicopter, all right, and keeping what is a fake sun. Not only is this a position where, let me be clear, that's not sunlight that's appearing all across the elevator. Also, it's not sunlight while the entity would keep the fake sun into the evening, already documented, as though the sun is setting in perfect alignment with this entryway and aiming directed light into that doorway, that entryway. That's the pattern you've seen at Fontana Lewis Library. You see that in the Chino Branch Library. This is what the entity is doing inside of the Paul Bayan Library in Rancho Cucamonga, showing you what is the impossible placement of that light source. This is the P.O.C. This is demonic pacing. This is the same sex offender that goes to the Upland 7-Eleven, ONTFIRE. This is the pattern of conduct. This is the sex offender. License, let me see, 04330 while she's here monitoring, okay? It is currently 1:24 p.m. and this is the one that engaged in criminal summoning on March 4th, 2022, waging of false allegations, and is outside under the fake sun. You see how this demon makes a beeline right over to me. She was stalking on that day and she's stalking today. She's going to federal prison. She's operating under the company name, which is Securitas, and she's engaging in what is stalking in the bathroom, and then her and Sean Thrash are engaging in what is criminal summoning. This is P.O.C. It is currently 1:25 p.m. That's an employee coming out to engage in the pattern of conduct with Securitas. This is audible activity by a demon. She's going to federal prison. This is P.O.C.